Welcome to Stoic Pulse, where we harness the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to transform your life with timeless rules and profound life lessons. Join us as we dive into the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, crafting a path to resilience, purpose, and inner strength. If you're ready to master your mind and embrace a Stoic life, stay with us. This journey will captivate you until the final moment. Picture a morning stripped of noise. No buzzing phone, no urgent emails, just silence. It's heavy, unsettling, whispering doubts. Am I enough? Society tells us this quiet is failure, urging us to fill it with distractions, scrolling, posting, chasing validation. But what if silence is your greatest teacher? Stoicism reveals it's a forge for strength, a space to confront truths and build an unshakable mind. As Epictetus said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. That silence isn't a void, it's a doorway to purpose. In this video, we'll explore 3 Stoic steps to turn silence into power, finding clarity in solitude, shedding the need for approval, and facing fear with courage. These lessons aren't just ideas, they're a roadmap to a life of virtue. Ready to step through that doorway? Like, share, and comment. What silence are you ready to face? Subscribe and hit the bell for daily Stoic wisdom. Stay tuned, stay Stoic, and let's forge your strength together. Imagine a quiet moment, just you and your thoughts. Society calls this weakness, pushing you to seek validation through constant connection. But the Stoics saw solitude as a forge, a sacred space to build an unshakable mind, free from external approval. Choosing solitude isn't retreat, it's advancing toward your true self. Marcus Aurelius taught that distress stems from how you perceive solitude, not the silence itself. Reframe it as a choice, and it becomes your power. In solitude, you confront doubts and illusions, forging a strength no one can take. The Stoic steps back from hollow noise, finding clarity and resilience in stillness. He becomes dangerous to distractions, not others, because he knows who he is. At Stoic Pulse, we guide you to embrace solitude as a tool to master life. Ready to transform silence into strength? Join us to forge an unshakable mind. Silence can feel heavy. A void society urges you to fear. But Stoicism teaches it's a forge, a space to craft an unshakable mind, free from the need for validation. Knowing this isn't enough, Stoicism demands action. It's choosing yourself, declaring, I'm done with distractions. I'm ready to become. Pause now, go to the comments, and write, I choose solitude to forge my Stoic strength. This vow isn't for show. It's a commitment to face the quiet, to build clarity and virtue. Seneca reminds us, life is fleeting. Don't waste it. Your comment is a spark, a step toward transformation, joining the Stoic Pulse community to walk this path together. Solitude becomes a canvas for a meaningful life, breaking free from approval's chains. Take this moment, write those words, claim your resolve, and stay with us to forge clarity through solitude. Keep pulsing. Stay Stoic. Lesson 1. Clarity through Stoic solitude. Have you ever felt like you're running on autopilot, reacting to life's demands without knowing why? Maybe you're chasing goals that don't excite you, saying yes to commitments that drain you, or surrounded by people who leave you feeling hollow. In the chaos of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of who you are and in what you truly want. The world bombards you with expectations. Be this, do that, keep up. And before you know it, you're living someone else's version of success. But Stoicism offers a different path. Solitude, far from being empty, is a sacred space where you slow down, strip away the noise, and ask the questions that matter. What do I value? What energizes me? Who am I when no one's watching? For the Stoics, solitude was a tool for self-examination, a way to return to the fountain of good within. Marcus Aurelius's words point us inward, urging us to dig beneath the surface of our habits and assumptions. In solitude, you're not distracted by notifications, opinions, or the pressure to perform. You're free to observe your thoughts, to notice which parts of your life feel authentic and which feel like compromises. This clarity isn't just about thinking clearly. It's about living clearly, aligning your actions with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and justice. When you embrace solitude, you begin to see what's yours and what's been imposed on you, paving the way for a life that feels like home. Let's bring this to life with an example. Consider Daniel, a corporate analyst who spent years climbing the ladder, only to feel empty despite his success. His days were packed, meetings, emails, networking events, but he couldn't shake the sense that something was off. Exhausted, he turned to Stoic solitude. He started taking weekend mornings alone. No phone, just a notebook to end his thoughts. Reflecting on Marcus Aurelius's call to look within, Daniel asked, "What do I truly want?" He realized his passion lay in teaching, not corporate metrics. He enrolled in an education course, began volunteering as a tutor, and eventually transitioned to a career as a high school teacher. Solitude gave Daniel the clarity to realign his life with purpose, transforming his emptiness into fulfillment. So, how do you find clarity through Stoic solitude? Start by carving out intentional time alone, even 15 minutes a day. Turn off your devices, find a quiet space, and sit with your thoughts. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let it breathe. Journal one question. What matters most to me right now? Write freely without judgment and notice what surfaces. This Stoic practice of self-reflection, rooted in Marcus Aurelius's wisdom, helps you uncover your values. Try this. For 1 week, schedule a daily moment of solitude and write down one insight each time. You'll be amazed at the clarity that emerges. Next, evaluate your life through a Stoic lens. In solitude, ask, what energizes me? What depletes me? Do my relationships reflect my virtues? Be honest. If a commitment feels misaligned, consider saying no. If a goal doesn't spark purpose, rethink it. Daniel's journaling revealed his corporate life clashed with his love for teaching, prompting change. Make a list of your current obligations and rate them. Do they serve your Stoic purpose, or are they noise? This clarity lets you curate a life that mirrors who you are, not who the world expects you to be. Finally, act on your insights with Stoic courage. Clarity is powerful, but it's only the beginning. Take one small step toward alignment, perhaps declining a draining invitation or exploring a new passion. Keep a journal to track these actions, noting how they feel. Each step reinforces your clarity, building a life of intention. Solitude isn't about escaping. It's about returning to yourself, stronger and wiser. Finding clarity through Stoic solitude is about digging into Marcus Aurelius's fountain of good, uncovering the life you were meant to live. Start today. Take 15 minutes alone. Ask what matters and act on one insight. As you do, you'll strip away the fog and walk with purpose. Join us next as we explore the second step, breaking free from the need for approval. Keep pulsing with Stoic wisdom, and let's shape your clarity together. Stay Stoic, stay strong. Lesson 2. Approval detox with Stoic discipline. Have you ever caught yourself checking your phone, not for information, but for a hit of validation? A like on your post, a reply to your message, a nod from the crowd. Small signs that you're seen, that you matter. It feels harmless, but it's a trap. Society conditions us to crave approval, to measure our worth by others' opinions. You say yes when you want to say no, soften your truth to avoid conflict, or chase trends to fit in, all to keep the applause coming. But each time you do, you shrink. You trade your voice for acceptance, your standards for comfort, until you're living in a prison of your own making. It's walls built from the expectations of others. The Stoics saw through this illusion. Epictetus reminds us that external events, like others' opinions, don't define us. Our reactions do. Seeking approval hands your power to the crowd, letting their fleeting judgments shape who you are. It's a subtle addiction, invisible but heavy, pulling you away from the clarity you found in solitude. The Stoic path offers freedom, an approval detox that restores your authenticity. This isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about acting with Stoic discipline, choosing actions that reflect your virtues, not the world's applause. When you break free, you don't just live, you thrive, with a presence that commands respect because it's real. Let's see this in action with an example. Meet Sophia, a graphic designer who poured her heart into her art, but constantly tailored her work to match client trends or social media likes. She felt like a fraud, her creativity stifled by the need to be liked. Inspired by Stoic wisdom, Sophia turned to Epictetus's teaching. She began questioning her motives. Am I creating for my passion or for approval? She set boundaries, limiting social media to 1 hour daily and saying no to projects that clashed with her vision. She focused on authentic designs, even if they weren't trendy. Over time, her unique style gained a loyal following, and Sophia found joy in her work again. Her Stoic discipline turned her art and her life into a reflection of her true self. So, how do you detox from approval with Stoic discipline? Start by questioning your actions, a Stoic practice of self-examination. Pause before you act, whether posting online, agreeing to a favor, or shaping your words, and ask, am I doing this for virtue or for approval? If it's the latter, reconsider. This question, rooted in Epictetus's wisdom, helps you align with wisdom and courage. Try this. For one day, track how often you seek validation, like checking for likes or softening your opinion. Write down 3 instances and reflect on how they felt. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Next, set boundaries to protect your authenticity. The Stoics valued control over their inner world, and you can too. Limit distractions like social media. Start with 1 hour less each day. Practice saying no to requests that don't serve your purpose without over-explaining. For example, decline an invitation that feels draining and notice how it feels to honor your time. Sophia's boundary setting gave her space to create authentically, and yours will too. Make a list of 1 or 2 approval traps in your life. Maybe people-pleasing or chasing likes, and commit to 1 boundary this week. Finally, reinforce your Stoic discipline with action. Clarity from solitude showed you what matters. Now, act on it. Take 1 step that reflects your true self, like speaking your honest opinion in a meeting or pursuing a passion you've sidelined. Keep a journal to track these actions, noting how they align with your virtues. Each step weakens approval's hold, building a life that's yours, not the crowd's. As you detox, you'll find a voice that speaks not to be heard, but because it's true. Breaking free from approval with Stoic discipline is about reclaiming the power Epictetus promises, choosing your reactions, not the world's. Start today. Question one action, set one boundary, and act with authenticity. As you do, you'll shed the prison of validation and walk with a presence that's unshakable. Join us next as we explore the final step, facing the fear of silence with Stoic courage. Keep pulsing with Stoic wisdom, and let's forge your freedom together. Stay Stoic. Stay true. Lesson 3. Facing the fear of silence with Stoic courage. Picture yourself alone. No distractions, just the quiet hum of your thoughts. At first, it feels freeing. The clarity you've gained, the authenticity you've reclaimed. But then, the silence deepens, and something heavier stirs. Doubts creep in. Have I wasted my time? Will I ever be enough? Regrets surface. Missed opportunities, words left unsaid, dreams deferred. This is why so many fear silence, not because it's empty, but because it's full. It's a mirror, reflecting the truths you've buried, the choices you've postponed, the versions of yourself you've yet to become. Most run from this moment, filling the void with noise, scrolling, working, chasing anything to avoid the weight of their own thoughts. But Stoicism teaches us that running only deepens our suffering. Seneca's wisdom cuts through. The fears we imagine in silence are often worse than reality. Silence doesn't judge you. It reveals you. It brings your insecurities, your failures, your unfinished business to the surface, not to shame you, but to challenge you. Will you face these truths with Stoic courage, or will you flee again? The Stoic doesn't flinch. He sits in the storm of his thoughts, breathes through the discomfort, and discovers the profound truth. Those doubts, those regrets, they're not who you are. They're echoes, old stories you've carried too long, and you have the power to let them go. Let's see this in action with an example. Meet Arjun, a college student reeling from a breakup that shattered his confidence. Alone in his dorm, the silence was deafening, amplifying thoughts of failure. I'm not enough. I'll always be left behind. Instead of escaping into parties or social media, Arjun turned to Stoic courage. He reflected on Seneca's words and began sitting in silence for 10 minutes each day, journaling his thoughts without judgment. He asked, "Is this true? Have I failed before now and still grown?" He listed past successes, acing exams, rebuilding friendships, proving his resilience. Over weeks, Arjun's fear faded, replaced by a steady confidence. He set new goals, joined a debate club, and found purpose in his voice. Silence became his ally, forging a stronger self. So, how do you face the fear of silence with Stoic courage? Start by embracing the discomfort, a Stoic practice of facing reality head-on. Set aside 10 minutes daily to sit in silence. No phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. Don't fight what arises. Observe it. Journal one thought that feels heavy, like, "I've wasted my potential," and challenge it. What evidence proves I can still grow? This questioning, rooted in Seneca's insight, separates truth from imagination. Try this. For 1 week, write down one fear each silent session and counter it with 3 pieces of evidence that show your strength. Next, reframe your thoughts as echoes, not identity. The Stoics knew that thoughts are fleeting, not facts. When silence brings up a regret, Say a career path you didn't take. Acknowledge it, then let it pass. Ask, what can I do now to move forward? Arjun's journaling helped him see his breakup as a lesson, not a definition of his worth. Practice this by ending each silent session with one empowering statement, like, I am capable of growth. Write it down, say it aloud, and let it anchor you. This builds a Stoic mindset that sees challenges as opportunities, not chains. Finally, act with courage to solidify your transformation. Silence reveals truths. Action makes them real. Take one small step toward a goal that scares you. Maybe applying for a new role or reconnecting with a lost passion. Keep a journal to track these actions, noting how they feel. Each step proves you're more than your fears, just as Arjun's debate club venture rebuilt his confidence. These actions, small as they seem, forge a mind that thrives in silence, unshaken by doubt. Facing the fear of silence with Stoic courage is about turning Seneca's wisdom into reality. Suffering less in imagination, thriving more in truth. Start today. Sit in silence, challenge one fear, and take one bold step. As you do, you'll transform the mirror of silence into a beacon of strength. Join us next for the conclusion, where we'll weave these lessons into a Stoic call to action. Keep pulsing with Stoic wisdom, and let's forge your courage together. Stay Stoic. Stay fearless. Thank you for joining us at Stoic Pulse, where we've embraced the wisdom of Stoicism to transform silence into strength. Today, we explored 3 powerful Stoic steps: finding clarity in solitude, breaking free from the need for approval, and facing silence with courage. These lessons from Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca are not just ideas. They're a blueprint for a life of purpose and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius urges, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The silence you once feared is now your forge. Use it to shape an unshakable mind. Now, act. Choose one practice, journal for clarity, set a boundary, or face a fear, and start today. Small steps like 10 minutes daily build a Stoic life. Epictetus reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Join our Stoic Pulse community. Subscribe for daily wisdom. Like this video to affirm your commitment. Share it with someone seeking strength, and comment below. What's one distraction you'll release? Your journey is just beginning. Keep pulsing with virtue, stay Stoic, and let's forge your limitless potential together.